We are live. I'm recording.
Recording in progress.
3, 2, 1. What's going on, y'all? It is your boy JoezMcfly. Welcome to the PinstripeStrong podcast. Great stuff here on September 3rd. Episode 288 of the PinstripeStrong podcast. It's been a while since we've been able to say this, but Chris, are you ready?
I'm ready.
How sweet it is! Been a while, man. Let's go. The PinstripeStrong podcast.
Let's do it.
Check the beat now. Come on now. Aha. 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 All right. Okay, good. Chris hates it when I do that, and I just stop at cold turkey, but I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the PinstripeStrong pod. Been a little while since we did it, but you know what? It's all good. We in the neighborhood, and the energy's a little different. We're going to talk about some stuff that the Yankees this weekend, this is the first time since 2013 when Andy Pettitte was still on the team retiring, Derek Jeter. I think Cano was on the squad still. It's been a minute, man. A-Rod, it's been a minute since the Yankees swept the Astros, period. Forget about Houston, swept the Astros, period. 2013 was that time.
My man said A-Rod was a third base.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Yankees call up the kids, and the energy change is different. This is why the doing nothing is crazy. Doing nothing was crazy because, in all honesty, they should have done this shit like a month ago. Like, maybe there would have been like a season to salvage then. But the Martian has landed, and he landed in Houston. In Houston, they had a problem. Because the kid, every single time he put the bat on the ball, he hit it hard. Above average exit velocity every single time, Chris. And you know what? I'm happy. We're fortunate. Peraza's up. Pereira's up. You know, Yankees look young. Volpe.
They look athletic. They
Talk
look
about that.
like they're playing with energy. They look like they want to be there. They look like, yeah, this is what we worked for our whole freaking life. And now we have the opportunity. And there isn't that, oh, nah, you know, if you suck these next few games, you're gonna go back down. Like they're playing free. And you see it. You see it in their play. You see it in their at bats as well. They're working the at bats, making the pitcher work. I love what I see. And honestly, this is what we wanted. Like, if you're not gonna go for it, then break it all down and bring up the kids. And they were like, nah, we're just not gonna do anything.
that was the crazy part. Not doing anything.
The hand was forced, and they had to make a move. And now they're seeing it, and they're probably kicking themselves in the ass because there's a lot of things that has happened since our last pod. You know, the article with how Cashman talking, you know, what's going to happen in the off season. So there's a lot of things that's been happening. But first and foremost, Joe, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. You know, like kids getting back to school, so some good stuff there. I like
the
that.
Best time of the year right now, be fall.
I love that fall time. We'll be having a lot more free time in the fall. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yes.
Listen. There's a lot of good stuff to take from this, and seeing these guys up here, and for some reason, every time I mentioned it to people, they're like, oh, that's bullshit or whatever it is, but there is something to you bringing in youth, and they're excited because they're here for the first time, and they're getting their first hits, their first stolen bases, first everything, where you just, I don't know, it brings a new energy to the team. And this weekend felt like, and I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I thought about this the second Friday happened. because you could feel the energy was different right away. Where it felt like that day in 2016 when the Yankees first called up Tyler Austin and Judge. And Gary Sanchez was going on that crazy run as well. And the Yankees had Bird, and the Yankees, and we had Severino as well. And there was a lot of the energy was different from that day on. Now, Judge would struggle the rest of that season for sure, but we know what happened in 2017. Mm-hmm. But it just felt like the energy's different. The games right now are not boring. The Yankees feel like they're in every game. The Yankees feel like, they're fun games to watch. And I hate it when I look at the comments and people are like, oh, but why do you care, man? Like, it's not like they're going to get in the playoffs anyway. It's like, bro, shut up.
Whoever says that doesn't really know the game. Like, I get it. Yeah, the Yankees are not going to the playoffs for the first. They're probably not going to finish with a winning record this season. But do you see what's going on? They actually made certain moves. They brought up the kids, the prospects. That we always talk about. And so they're actually doing what they were supposed to do. They did it too late. But they did it anyway, and now we get to enjoy. We get to see these kids that we've been freaking following for the past 4 or 5 years, B.
And you know what? People saying, oh, it's just, basically for the Yankees, these games don't matter. This is like spring training. No. Listen, there's a difference between this and spring training. And I'll tell you what the difference is. In spring training, you're not facing the other team's best players. You're not facing their best rosters. You're not facing their best pitchers that are in midseason form. People are trying to get ready. You got people that are still on pitch counts. Their curveballs aren't as sharp. You're in September. A lot of these teams will be in the race. There's a cat on my screen. There's a lot of people that are still in the race. These pitchers are in midseason form. There's a lot of stuff going on. People are playing, the Astros had something on the line this weekend. The AL West is not a gimme like how it was in the past. The Mariners and the Rangers and the Astros are all caught together. And then you're affecting playoff races. All of that stuff is kind of like a pseudo playoff experience for these kids, Chris. And they can, like in 2016, they almost made the playoffs in 2016. And what happened is that you feel like, okay, you can draw from that experience. You want to be in the playoffs next year because you don't want to be having that team. You go home and when everybody else is still playing baseball, and that sticks with you. And Chris, I think that next year they'll have that experience to draw from, where they have now this major league experience against major league pitching, and now they could come back next year and feel like, yo, we're big leaguers already.
Do you know how much of a fuck you it is for the second pitch that you see in your major league career to hit that shit out against Justin Verlander? I mean, if this is not the experience that you want these kids to have, especially at this time of the year, I don't know what it.
Oh, 100%.
Your first game is versus the Houston Astros, who are in the playoff hunt, and you could become a spoiler?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, nah, that feed me, baby. I want that.
Feed me, Seymour.
I'm a hater. I'm a hater. You know what? For the rest of this fucking season, I'm a hater. If you go into the playoffs, don't play us. Don't play us.
Hell yeah, bro.
I love that energy. Fuck it. I don't care. That's what it is.
That's it.
That's what it is. I just don't want to be a hater next year. I want to be in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
let's not get it twisted.
It's not. But you know what? Chris, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Caliph, did I say it right? With a $2 super chat, thank you so much, on YouTube, says, has Sean Casey done enough to keep his job in 2024? I think you need to ask
DJ?
I think you need to ask the players that.
Have you seen DJ?
DJ, not only that, but what I will say is that it does look like the players were more comfortable going to him to talk to him about hitting stuff. Where before Lawson, I heard that Lawson was like trying to, hey man, can I talk to you? The guys are like, yo, get away from me, bro. Like they was
a weirdo, bro.
Yo, bro, they'd be like, yo, you good? And that's Volpe and shit. Like, just like he just got here. Like, yo, bro, get it off of me, B. Why you so?
Fam, I'm gonna go talk to Wells. I don't want to talk to you. That's crazy, B.
It just reminded me of like, I don't know if he's like so analytical. He probably had the iPad, and if you remember, an ex-Yankee pitching coach where he didn't believe in iPads. He just had a whole folder full of papers, and he was like trying to talk to me, the pitchers about pitching.
Fumbled up.
I forgot what was his name. What was the Yankee pitching coach? And I said, man, I'm forgetting.
Rothschild? No, not him.
Rothschild?
Is that
I think it was.
the encyclopedia?
Yeah, we had a running joke where he like people come into his office, they talk about like, oh yeah, you ready? He pulls out a book like from 19. Let me talk to you about what Bob Gibson did. Mad dust all over. Anyway,
disgusting bats.
Oh yeah. But in all seriousness, the change in the energy is awesome, and that's something that youth does, and why you need to bring them around, bro. It just reminds people like, and it not only reminds the vets that been there like on their way to retirement, but it also reminds those middling vets like a Gleyber Torres, for example, who's having a good season, but it reminds them like, hey, you know, like these kids, look how hungry they're playing, you know, like maybe you shouldn't be so lackadaisical. And Nelson, thank you for the $1 super chat.
Thank you, Nelson.
Yeah, so I need to real quick. I want to get into these the nicknames because people are dying to give this team like a nickname thing.
What do you think about the Utes?
Okay, hold on. Before that, Baby Bombers, we're done with that, right? Like that's cooked. That's already done. It didn't work. Let's not recall them that, right? And then the Mayute, my Yankee Ute. It's interesting. It's interesting, but I don't know. I don't think it'll stick, kind of thing.
I got to ESPN from the Yes Network to ESPN. They're gonna keep saying that.
It's gonna. Michael K was forcing the agenda like crazy.
Kept saying it.
He's like, hey, so what are you? He's like, ground ball to second. Yeah, so that you hit a ground ball.
Like when you try to keep saying the joke. It's like no, okay, man, it's all right.
So I don't know if that'll stick or whatever it is. I mean, I'll support whatever, but it just feels like that one felt like it feels a little forced, and it's
because it's Y. The letter starts with Y. The word starts with Y.
I got it.
Yankee Utes, like it just rolls off the tongue nicely,
like molasses. Yeah,
I don't like it though.
Some people were calling them the Yankee Youngins.
The Young Guns?
The Young Guns, Young Gunners, Terror Squad.
Rockefeller Records, and get down, baby. Get down, baby. Girls and girls, they love us because we stay fresh to death.
For now, I'm gonna call them Yankees, bro, because
I'm gonna call them by their name, the Yankees.
I'm gonna call them the real Yankees, because what we seen earlier in the season, it's not. You know, like this is hopefully the future. I just don't understand what took so long to get here.
Bro, they you know what it is, man. You know what it is. Cashman and them, they want to be right. You know what I mean? And they really wanted the shit to work. Like the fact that we got talking some news here, but the fact that we got the tweet that went out, the notifications, Donaldson was he was gone. They let him go.
Yeah.
That's huge.
The Yankees
don't do that.
Bro, the Yankees held on to this squad more than what they held on to like A-Rod and like some of these other guys. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, damn, bro, like
Matsui, they didn't even give Matsui another chance, be like
whatever.
Whatever, be, but it's all right, man.
This series was good. Jason Dominguez had a good series. His swing was awesome. Guys, just to let you guys know, if you haven't been following Jason Dominguez in the minors, his left side is actually his weaker side. I just want to put that out there. His left side is actually his weaker side. His real power side is his right side. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And not only did he hit 2 homers, 2 2-run homers in this series, one of them should have been a 3-run homer, but whatever. The fact of the matter is that he hit one opposite field. Now, mind you, I think that's only a home run in 3 ballparks out of all of them. But
I hate that we have to say it. Like, we didn't build these fucking stadiums.
Yeah, who cares,
you know
bro?
I mean? Like,
who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
Who didn't build it? They decided that shit.
That's none of my business. Okay,
every park has a fucking advantage for their own team.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
That's it.
I hate it when they mentioned, it's only a home run, and like you mentioned it in the flyouts in center or whatever. Like, that would have been a home run in Yankee Stadium. Yeah, motherfucker. Yes, it would. Okay.
Hey. They only say that about right field. Nowhere else in Yankee Stadium. Anyway, so. They said nothing about the ball that Jason Dominguez pulled, though, because that's out everywhere, and that was a bomb.
That was a fucking bomb.
It's been a while since you know what? Now that people were comparing him to Giambi, bro, that looked like a Giambi kind of swing, bro. I seen Jacion Action.
Yeah.
I seen Jacion in Action.
Probably talking Gleyber. Like, Gleyber, that's 25, man. Yo, Gleyber, that's 25, man.
Bro, for real. But
give me that.
And then that's another thing with the kids, man. Let's talk about the numbers. I get it that the Yankees have so many numbers retired, and don't get me started on that. There are numbers that I feel like shouldn't be retired that are retired. That's beyond whatever. I think, how about we start giving kids like higher numbers, like not higher numbers, lower numbers, like better numbers than, 89. There was a picture that had Wells and Pereira and Peraza in it, and Volpe was in it, and
it didn't have Cabrera. I got it, but still, maybe he took the picture.
If I'm Cabrera, I'm looking at it like, hey, what's going on? I mean, I'm kind of part of that.
I'm part of this crew too.
Why did you guys let me out? But Chris, what do you think about that? Like, do you think that they should give these kids like better numbers, or do you think that because somebody else brought a different part of the argument to it? They said they're seeing Judge with a high number, and they're saying, maybe the kids are picking higher numbers like that to be up there.
Nah, because I don't think Jason picked 89. 88 looks dope to me.
88 looks dope. Who has 88? Wells. Wells 88 looks kind of dope.
I like 88, and it's because of 99. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, I think especially if you're like a Jason Dominguez, I think they should have like a lower number ready because they've been prepping this guy to be the future of the team.
Yeah,
you don't give somebody like that 89. You know what I mean? If he didn't ask for it, because if it's a number that means something to him,
right,
you got it.
Right.
But I think he asked for 89.
I don't think he asked for 89. I mean, I could go look on let me look on the roster right now. Let me see the roster.
Gleyber, what you want? You want a Mercedes? You want a condo in the city? Give me that 25, B.
I mean, well, I guess IKF has 12. They could give him 12. 13 is available.
Not for nothing.
Volpe has 11. 13 has 11. 13 is available.
I say give Peraza 12 and Volpe 11.
22 is available.
Oh, 22.
What was
that was Clemens' number, right? That was Clemens' number.
It was also Ellsbury.
Nah, don't give him 22.
24 is available.
That's Tino.
Or Gary.
28.
28 is available. 17 is available.
Is 00 still available?
Nobody's using 00.
I mean 0. Like just the 0.
I think it is, but I mean, do you really want to be 0?
Yeah, that's dope.
Such a pitcher number.
Yeah, it is a pitcher number. 0 ERA. Oh yeah, Bader was 22. 22 just became available, man.
17. Who's 18? 18 will be available. 19 will be available.
Yeah, there's a few numbers.
I mean, those are like better numbers, and they'll
probably give it to them next year. Like if they
maybe they'll give it. This is why I'm not buying the Jason Dominguez.
Herman was 0.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
with
you're
Zero.
right. You're right. This is why I'm not buying a Jason Dominguez jersey yet, because I don't feel like that's the number he's gonna keep.
I mean, you buy it to be like, oh yeah, this is Jason Dominguez first number. 20 years later is in the Hall of Fame.
Chris, there's no last names on the back, Pop. What are you
Yeah,
doing
there is
that?
no last name.
It's
There is
gonna
no
be
last
it's gonna be like Fulanito, Guachacuki in the spring training number in a couple of years. Yeah, so
Guachacuki.
yeah, so I'm good on that. No, 27 is Giancarlo. Sorry, no disrespect.
Yeah, 27 is your
You said Boone. You said Boone is 17. Yeah, but I think they're removing numbers from managers and coaches.
Yeah, like I mean that 6 would have been dope.
That number, 16 is retired.
That number 6 would have been dope if Torrey didn't get it.
Yeah. 24 is for Belly. Well, if Bellinger comes over, you know he wants 24. He gets 24.
Where's he gonna play? Y'all already trading Pereira, yo?
Pop, if we're getting a chance to get Bellinger, I'm taking Bellinger. That's not a problem.
Give me Bellinger. Give me an outfield. Bellinger, Dominguez, and Judge. All right,
but I think Dominguez, especially of all of them, deserves a better number. I mean, we'll see. That'll probably be it. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know. The Yankees, and I hope that this doesn't change what Hal said this week. And Hal Steinbrenner did have he had a conversation with somebody. And who was the article from, Chris?
It was, I'll get the website right now.
Okay, but basically, I'll read you what it said. We'll give the article its credit in a few, but
AP Sports.
Okay, where it says that. Oh shit! I just had it right here. It says this is Hal Steinbrenner. It says we're gonna take a very deep dive into everything we're doing. Steinbrenner said we're looking to bring in possibly an outside company to really look at the analytics side of what we do. Baseball operations in general. We're going to have some very frank conversations with each other. This year was obviously unacceptable. I think it's good that we're hearing that. The Yankees had to eat some fucking crow this year. They just had to, okay? They needed to be humbled because, there was this blatant disrespect for the regular season that it felt like, oh yeah, well, the regular season is whatever and the playoffs are a crapshoot. We'll just get through it, right? So they're going to go ahead and get an outside company to be like, hey, guys, what are you guys, I know 2 + 2 is 4, but why are you using the number 4 this way? It's like,
right.
You mean you don't flip over the 4 and use it as a chair? No, you don't use it that way. Use it like this. And then maybe they'll do it that way.
That's probably a real conversation in an alternate universe.
Imagine.
Why are you using the 4 that way?
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. But they're gonna have a frank conversations because I think this year for the Yankee front office, if anything, was a real big look in the mirror kind of year. And I get it. You know what? Judge, the team goes the way Judge goes. He's the MVP. He's a beast. I get it. He is. And anybody that loses that caliber of player would lose a big chunk of their team. I get it. But your team shouldn't only be Judge. There should be more to it. And
balance.
Chris, how different does the lineup look right now that we have somebody, a left-hander like Wells, a left-hander like, Jason Dominguez.
Switch hitter like Dominguez.
Switch hitter like Dominguez. Like, you have lefties now in the lineup. So now, a pitcher like Javier, right? I get it. He was cruising. He was pitching really well. But all series long, the Houston pitchers, especially Verlander, you now don't have to cookie cutter the Yankee offense like we talked about in another podcast where it's like, hey, they're all righties and they all have the same fucking approach. Let me just, 2 fastballs in, slider away, they're all striking out. It's like, guys, can you guys adjust?
So easy.
Now you got some lefties in there. And I think that roster construction is something that the Yankees need to look at, building a team to your ballpark, man.
It's like, why is your analytical team and, your coaching squad Like y'all saw this for like 75% of the season.
Yeah.
And at no point did we try to, maybe change a couple things. I don't know. I like that Howe is doing this. I like that Howe is, I seen, the social media basically cut in half, one like, why they need to look outside and blah, blah. And then other people like, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's take a look at what's going on. Maybe, maybe have an outside voice, take a look inside, since they're not in the shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
They'll be able to smell it. Because when you in the shit, you can't. Right.
That's true. I'll tell you right now, if somebody stinks, for some reason they don't smell themselves.
I can smell it.
And it's like, hey, bro, your breath stink. Like.
It's like, yeah, your breath. Like, I could smell your breath. See, but I could tell because I'm over here.
Yeah.
So, so right here. So I like that. So let's see. Let's see what I just hope it's not some BS. I just hope.
I hope it's actually, not. What I hope is not, Chris, and I'm sorry. I hope it's not like, hey, man, like, yeah, these are all the problems. And then it's like, oh, okay. And then they just don't do anything about it.
they don't do anything. There's no, you know what I mean? Like, all right, so you're asking for the help. You're looking for the help. You're probably paying a pretty penny, so they could take a look at everything. And then it's like, You're not putting it to work. You're not utilizing it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense. So I believe the same faces cannot come back next year, because it's like, yeah, you're gonna bring outside help. And
which
you're gonna
which faces?
Like, you're gonna bring outside help, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna keep the same front office. You're gonna still keep the same analytical team. These are the people that got you in this shit. I feel like they should bring somebody else, a new voice, something new.
I think
fresh.
All right. So from what different reports have said, I think that there will be changes in the analytical team. There'll be changes into maybe some scouting as well. Sure. I don't think Boone's gone. I don't think Cashman's gone. All right, it's just not, that was already confirmed not to happen. Like they said that the only way that Boone would be gone is if Hal intervenes, and Hal is saying that a lot of the stuff has to do with how we deploy analytics. So there's some other person, somebody in the analytical crew that's getting the axe, maybe. And who?
Fishman, Michael Fishman, that's his name?
I don't know. Maybe. The fact we know his name is not good for him. So might be it.
Michael Fishman, that's the guy. He's the lead of the leader in whatever the analytical team.
Right.
Yeah, you out of here, my guy.
So, with the Yankees losing, and you know what? I don't know where the Yankee record is right now. Yankee record is what? Where are we at? We're at...
Are we at 500 or just one game under 500?
We're one game under 500. So I guess that could be the goal for the kids, right? Before, I didn't want the team to finish over 500 or 500 or better because I wanted them to eat crow. Now, it feels like they've already eaten crow. And it feels like they feel like shit already. And the way that this team was trending before we brought up the kids, we already know that it would have been a sub 500 team. So I think that for the kids and for the future, I would love it for them if they can feel like, yo, we didn't make the playoffs, but yo, we made the team competitive. We didn't make the playoffs, but yo, we got the team to 500 or better. Like, we did that, Yeah, we're maybe in last place, or we leapfrogged the Red Sox or whatever. And that would be cool too. To not finish off in last place. I mean, the
reason I don't like it is because it's gonna give these people an excuse.
No,
if we would have brought the kids, or if we were healthy, this and this and that. Like,
there is no excuse because they chose not to bring the kids.
To us, Joe, there is no excuse. To them, they're probably, you see, we'll finish over 500 again. But if we would have done a couple things, and look, we're only like 4 or 5 games back of the third wild card. If we would have just done this, then maybe. And it's like, man, I don't want
But the truth is, if they would have just did that, then yeah, maybe. If they would have did things at the deadline, then yes. If they would have brought the kids up at the deadline, yes. The Yankees did nothing at the deadline to change the energy because they felt like that squad was actually going to compete, and they were kidding themselves. So if they can go ahead, and they already ate crow, one with the press conferences, with admitting defeat, with having to let go of players that they knew that they needed to trade, and they traded them for nothing. They let them go for nothing. And now we're here. Here we go. So, yes, fine. Go ahead. If they can finish 500, boom. You know what? More power to you. The same way that I was rooting for that 2016 team is the same way that I root for this team. Same way. You know, like, I'm not here because I'm not a Yankee fan because of the front office, or I'm trying to, I want them to fucking suck so that they can feel like shit. No, bro. Like, I want the team to do well down the stretch so that we have more optimism for next year.
What gets me a little nervous about this whole resurgence, and obviously they brought in more kids. I mean, the 5 to 9 hitters were prospects, right? Rookies.
Yeah.
So that's dope. My worry is, talking about reinventing the wheel, or just trying to, not trying not to do, go back and do the thing, or do the same thing like they did before. In 2017, they brought, 2016, 2017, we had the kids, we had the young guys doing their thing. 2017 was amazing. Obviously, they were not expecting that. One win away from the World Series, and then in 2018 they cut salary. Even though they brought in Stanton, they still was trying to get under the luxury tax. So it's like, we're one win away from the World Series. You fire Joe Girardi, and then you want to be under the luxury tax because you're trying to save some money or whatever. You don't want to pay the millions and millions. That's my dog. I apologize about that. But I just don't want them to do all this, and then it's like, oh nah, we don't want to go that extra hard because of this and this and that. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want that. I'm tired of the excuses, man. I just want to win. B.
This is the worst Yankees. This is technically the worst Yankee season in 30 years. So you're gonna see changes. The thing is that also, Chris, next year free agent class is not good, like, at all. Free agent class is not good at all. You probably can be able to trade for somebody. You could probably be, if you want to bring in Bellinger, you want to pay him, you're going to have to pay. But the free agent class, in all honesty, is not good at all. It just isn't. So,
I feel you.
I think that the Yanks understand now, hey, you know what? We kind of built our team bad. Let's go ahead and build a team, let's add some lefties. Yankees get another lefty or another switch hitter, either in that outfield, or if you want to put them in the infield, which is third base, and you're looking solid, bro. You're looking real solid, balance-wise.
Am I frozen?
You are now.
I don't know what happened. I'm still here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you. So you're just looking off to the side. Yeah. So listen, sweeping this team, to be honest, 2 weeks ago, wouldn't have come into Houston and swept the Astros. They would have been swept. This new team now comes in with a new energy, and they swept the Astros. It's something pretty big because, one, the Astros, Chris, you're muted. The Astros are kind of like a little bit of a bugaboo for the Yankees. The Yankees haven't been able to beat them. Yeah. And now you beat them, like, you got to kind of you're not going to the playoffs, right? So you got to take, like, the wins whenever you can here. And this is a big win for them this weekend, man. Seriously. I mean, I thought.
It's a big series. Yeah, it was a big series for them. They got some big hits. I mean, Wells throwing out the runner, Dubon.
Yeah.
I think they said his pop-up, or I think that's what it's called, like when they get up to throw.
His pop
time. It was 1.9 or 1.95, something like that. They said the average is 2.0.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was actually pretty good here.
We probably got to see more of a sample size, but that was a good throw from him. I got to see Jason Dominguez rake, and every ball that he hit hard. Severino, just talk about storylines about different players, just over the weekend. Severino faced the Astros. This is probably the toughest team that he would face out of his last 5 starts. And he's been pitching well of late. And this one, I got to give him a little bit of credit because he had that 40-pitch second inning. And he still gave the Yankees 4 innings. I'm like, yo, Severino's really about to leave in the second inning right now. They were just fouling off everything. And that's another guy that, for him, he wants to pitch well for him. Because he's a free agent after this year. Are the Yankees going to give him a contract for next year or not? I don't know. I think pitching's hard to find.
I would.
Even
if it's like a year, 2 years.
I think I give him a year prove-it contract kind of thing.
Give me a prove-it contract. And then maybe like a player option or team option, something like that.
Yeah. I like that. And then, something that he'll agree to, where you feel like, he could figure that out. Give him a whole off season to figure out what's going on. Let him end off the season on a positive note. Judge is, every time I look at Judge's numbers, it's kind of like the same feeling that I got when I looked at Mike Trout's numbers from last year at the end of the season. Remember, I think we looked at it in one podcast, and I'm like, what? Like, he still ended up with like 40 homers.
He's like the most quiet superstar.
What? Like, because we were looking at MVP race, right, guys? And then we looked at, I don't know, I looked at like Mike Trout. I don't know what made me look at Mike Trout because I was looking at Ohtani, and I'm like, yo, look, Ohtani had to do this. He didn't have Mike Trout, blah, blah, blah. And then I see Mike Trout's numbers from last year. And when I looked at it, I'm like, what? I had to post it. I took a screenshot.
Yeah, Trout's a beast, man.
Let me read you like Mike Trout's numbers that I read. I read last year, like he only played 119 games, right? And then Trout had 40 homers, 80 RBI, 54 walks, a 283 average, had a 999 OPS. He was a beast. And I'm like,
he's a freaking beast.
Over 100 runs scored. 128 hits, 85 runs scored. And I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Yo, Angels, trade that man, yo. Let him go, B.
I mean,
set him free.
He's hurt. He's hurt. He's 32.
No, I get it. Yeah, but there's like bad juju over there. B, set him free, yo. Set him free. If you're not gonna sell the team, set that man free. He deserves to. He deserves to see the playoffs.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. What the hell's going on? Yeah, but I look at Judge and it's like, bro, I just can't believe he missed all that time, man. And he could very possibly hit 40 homers as well.
Bro, when Boone
have a beast of a season.
When Boone came to the office, I wanted to ask him one question. I wanted to say, yo, if I gave you a time machine, you know everything that you know right now. If you could go back to one day in the season and make a change, what could it be? Obviously, I'm DHing Judge that Sunday Night Baseball game against the Dodgers, and he doesn't get hurt, and we're looking at 60-plus homers again. That was a freak injury. I know some people were saying, oh, it's injury prone. I'm like, bro, Dodgers, build your stadium a little better, bro. Like, why is that even happening?
Y'all like one of the best teams. Y'all like a marquee team, man. That was bullshit, B. That was bullshit. The park, the setup, and everything like that. Y'all the Dodgers, man. Why y'all have that?
Judge's year so far.
Let me ask you this, man, because obviously it's cause and effect.
Wait,
right?
What are you talking about? Because I wanted to talk about Judge's year because I know that's what we were talking about.
Well, yeah, it's talking about Judge. Like it's cause and effect. If Judge doesn't get hurt, obviously, very possibly the team is in a different space.
Yeah,
maybe, right? Is Jason up? Is Wells up? Are these kids up? Do they get this chance? Obviously,
good question.
As a fan, you want the Yankees to be amazing. You want the Yankees to be great. You want them to win over 100 games. You want them to win a division and go deep into the playoffs. But is a Jason Dominguez up this, at this time? His goal, and from him, he said it last year. He's like, I want to be in the majors by the age of 20 or 21. Mm-hmm. My man is 20 years old. He used the secret, law of attraction. Yep. He's here, hitting bombs in Houston. Love it. Is that possible if Judge doesn't get hurt? Cause and effect. You know, it's a fair question to ask.
I say yes, and the reason, and at least, and this is just Jason Dominguez. I'm not gonna say anybody else, because that's probably, I don't know if that happens, because Judge would keep the team in a different place. Jason Dominguez, yes. Still here? I don't think so. The reason I say it is because people were already saying after spring training, there was like from a Yankee front office exec, they were saying, watch out for Jason Dominguez. He will make his major league debut later on this year. Think of September. Like they said that. So they were already thinking of that for him because of what he did in spring training. Now he started off slow, but then he got really hot, and then they promoted him to AAA. But would they bring him up to the majors? I think that eventually they would. And the holes are still there. They're still the same holes. Like the Yankees still needed an outfielder. The Yankees still needed a catcher that can be able to hit a little bit better, is a little bit more of a threat than what they had already. But guys, just to let you know what I'm talking about, just to bring this full circle, Judge, right now he has, how many games does Judge have? 83 games. Remember I said Trout had 119 games played. He had the 40 homers, all of that stuff. Judge has 83 games. I think he'll get to like 100. Not over 110, but he's at 83 games, guys. He's got 31 homers, 58 RBI. RBIs you can't do anything about. The fact that he has 31 homers right now is pretty crazy. 76 hits. He has a 1. OPS, 1.007 OPS. Judge is a beast, bro. Judge is a beast.
People were talking shit about that contract. I was like, yo, man. He was about to do the same shit. He was about to run it back this year, yo. Fuck the Dodgers, yo.
It says, sorry to interrupt, Joes, but I immediately need you to review what you just said. Jason Dominguez talking Yanks right now.
Do it to him. And I already was in love with the kid before that.
Right.
And then he hit that home run, and I literally, I didn't do this, but in my brain, I looked like, oh.
Right.
And like melted.
You swooned.
And I swooned. Joez and I were texting like, oh my God. And I was like, put him in the stadium.
And it's crazy. Joez doesn't like him. It's insane. Joez doesn't like him at all.
Joez,
what a liar.
I'd trade him for Kirby in a second.
Right. Joez is like, if I could get that guy to the Expos, done.
What? What a liar. I've been calling for Jason Dominguez since early this season. I told him, they're like, yo, no way. And he's like, hey, Joe,
Jason Dominguez in pinstripes, bro.
Wait until he comes to the fucking stadium, bro. When he gets to the stadium, you will see box office when he looks at that short porch and he says, a comer loco. When he looks at the short porch and he says, it's time to eat. But I'm going to need somebody to get in his ear and be like, yo, you don't need to hit it that hard to hit it out that way, all right? So don't try to hit for homers over here. And he's gonna be like, don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing. I've been living for this my whole life.
But they said that his father said that he was ready for baseball since he was in the womb. That means my man came out with a bat out the womb, B. I love that. I need to see the Dominican flags all over the stadium. I need to hear the dembow. I need to hear the merengue. It's back, baby. The energy is back. A little too late, but we ready for next year, man. Yeah. That's what we could do.
Just bring them out there, man. That's some good stuff. Love that. Next series coming up. Yankees are off tomorrow, which is weird.
I think Wells is gonna be like that guy.
I need him to be that guy.
He's Dominican too, if y'all didn't know.
Need him to be that guy.
I need him to be him.
Guys, in case you guys do not know, he's de lo mío.
He's de lo mío.
So in case you guys don't know, and we're not joking.
De lo mine.
He was drafted by El Escogido.
His mom is Dominican.
Dominican family. So you need to understand. El tigre un plátano.
Hey, he was carrying catching, you know what I mean? Framing, doing his thing, calling the games.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Rodon, Sevy was like, yo, thank you for getting me out of that inning a couple of times. Yankees were really concerned about his defense. I thought he looked fine.
He looked good, man. I wanna shout out Brito as well.
It's true, Jared. It's true. Oh, Brito, yes. We got to give Brito some flowers, please.
I want to shout out Brito,
Good job, Chris. Good job, Chris.
Yeah. No, you know, I'm just thinking about the guys, man. I'm thinking about the team. I'm thinking about the guys that want to, you know, they want a spot on the team next year, man. They see opportunity, small opportunity.
Big time.
You know what I mean? The one piece is real. So they out here trying to get it. They out here trying to get it, B.
Yeah. What was his outing? I think he had like 4 scoreless against the Astros. Let me see. That was on day 1, right?
It was after he came out. He came out Rodon or after Sevy?
He came out.
I think he came after Rodon. I could be wrong though.
Are you talking about Vasquez?
No, Brito.
Oh, Brito was
Brito 3 2/3, no earned runs. Let me see the box score real quick.
Vasquez had 2 innings after Rodon, and he was like scoreless.
Okay, yeah,
as well.
That's what it was.
But Brito was the night after, which was yesterday. Sevy's
yeah,
out.
It was after Sevy, 3 2/3, 2 hits. Yeah. K, like he put in that work after Sevy. You know, through those 40 pitches in that inning, he was gassed, man. And we need stability. And Brito said, "I got you, B. Don't worry about it."
Hell yeah.
3 2/3. Do you like that? Do you like that for the future, like for Vasquez and for Brito, that to be the long man in the bullpen? Or do you see that? Like, who do you see more as a starter? That should be a better question. Who do you see more as a starter, Vasquez or Brito?
I think we got to give Mike King the nod. I mean, what he did. I know that you didn't present him as a choice, but I think that sometimes, all right, this is the problem, and then this is what happened to Chad Green. This is what happened with. Some of the other people, sometimes the Yankees see you in a specific role and they want to keep you there because it's like, oh yeah, we'll just keep him there and not, mess around. Mike King right now is proving he has starter stuff. And I know they're still kind of building him up, but today for Mike King, he went 5 innings, 1-run ball, 4 Ks, had some nasty sinkers against the Astros. It's not like just a regular easy lineup or whatever it is, but he did that in 69 pitches, Chris. He's not even built up. 5 innings, 69 pitches, like, let's go.
I love that because his last outing, he pitched 4 innings. And it's like, all right, so the next goal is 6 innings, and let's see where he's at. What I love about it is that he wants to be a starting pitcher. He never wanted to be in the bullpen.
Yeah, but he's doing whatever he can for the team because whatever.
Yeah, but there's a difference between doing whatever you can for the team, aka IKF, and actually doing what you want to do.
I agree.
Like, I'll do the bullpen shit. I'll do the long man shit. Do you want me to close? I'll close for you, motherfucker. But I want to start.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do. So now you got the opportunity. Hey, then you know what? Maybe we don't want to pay X amount because we already paying Rodon and Cole. Let's see what we got in King. King, Absolutely. You want to start? Hell, fucking yeah, I want to start yesterday. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
And then that's what they're doing right now.
Absolutely.
So if you tell me that next season you could have like a Rodon or Cole, maybe you re-sign Sevy, Cortez comes back. I don't know. Cortez is a contract situation, but.
No, he's still on the team for next year.
And then you have a Mike King.
So
and then maybe you have a Schmidt who's been a beast this year. We got to give Schmidt luck.
He deserves opportunity too. Yep, he does.
You listen. I'll say it. I wanted Schmidt to be a starter, but the first few starts, man, he was looking disgusting. And I said, "Yo, maybe you should go back to the bullpen." He said, "Yo, Chris, hold on, just give me a chance." I said, "I bet." And then look what he's been doing since, and I love that. I love that because. Again, same situation as Cole. He was doing whatever he could to help the team, but he really wanted to be a starter. He settled down.
Yeah.
Getting his pitches over, and I love that. So if you have that, Schmidt, King, Cole, Cortez, Rodon, let's roll, baby.
Yeah. No. Hey, you have that, and let's not even forget about. I don't know what are the Yankees going to do with Domingo Germán. And he's still out there, and I get it. But
my thing with Germán, man, is
Chris, the Yankees cannot cut Germán after he willingly entered that substance abuse thing. It's just a bad look. If somebody, alcoholism is considered a disease, right?
Yeah.
And if somebody is getting help for that, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm not talking about the domestic violence thing, right? That's a different subject. I'm just talking about this in particular. Because if you didn't cut him, at the time of domestic violence where everybody would have understood or whatever, now there's a thing with alcoholism, right? And it is considered a disease. It's the actual disease. It's proven. And he's getting help for it. And he comes back, he's better. It's not a good look on the organization. It's not a good look, with with players and stuff like that. If you cut somebody, they just got help. Now, you could trade him. You could trade him if you're getting value back, if you feel like he's good, he's rehabilitated. But for you to just outright cut a player that's going through something like that, I mean, you have restricted lists, you have programs set in place, for people like that. So, again, I'm not advocating and saying, but if you cannot specifically cut him because of that, I think the Yankees would need to like find a trade for him.
Find a trade. Because maybe you could use like, hey, listen, he was going through this and whatever, but he had a perfect game and whatever value you have or he has, then because it is. I don't know, man. There's always something with Herman. I jokingly said it in the chat before the whole situation with the alcohol came out. Alcoholism. Like I was joking in the chat, like why he's always involved in situations that is like putting the team in his, in a bad spot, and then like literally a couple of days later, the news came out, and it's like, I get it. This is for you. That has nothing to do with the team or whatever. This is your health. You gotta take care of that. But it's like now the Yankees is like, okay, now we got to pivot, and listen, you're the Yankees. You always got to be ready for these type of situations. But I feel like the Yankees and Herman need to end right here. Like that's it. Like maybe find a trade or something.
I get that, but remember, that's a slippery slope. I'm just telling you this right now. It's a slippery slope. The same way that the Yankees were very supportive of CC Sabathia when he went through his alcoholism, right? And again, I'm not comparing the two because
you already know. So Joe is comparing.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm specifically talking about just the alcoholism thing, and it's just a bad look. MLBPA will really be fucking pissed at you if you cut a player that's going through something like this disease-wise. I don't think they should cut him, but they should. You could trade him. You can find a way. You can find a way to trade him. But again, it depends on the needs of the team, Chris. Like if the team needs starters, then hey, he might be back. Or if the team needs pen, then he might be back. Just get ready. I get it,
but there's always something with him, man. Like there's always something. And the best ability is availability. So even if he was healthy, I feel like Herman is always in some shit. That's my issue.
Yes.
It's you know what I mean? Like we gotta confide that you're gonna be there for the team.
For sure. I agree, but how do we, he's getting help now for it. How do we know that all of the other shit that, happened with him
is because of that?
Was not because of again, that's not an excuse for doing it.
No excuses. Absolutely.
But how do we know that this is the actual help that he needs?
But more like his behavior in the clubhouse and how he was acting and all that stuff, maybe. And we're talking too long about Herman right now. But in terms of pitching, I feel like the Yankees got it. I mean, I think in the last 7 days they got the best ERA with pitching. And it's about the guys that we have now stepping up, and they have. So I love that. I think recently we lost Hamilton again.
He went on the IL, but Luis Gil has started a rehab assignment, so that's good for him. He's not for this year, but like for next year.
You know how happy and giddy I got? Not that I forgot about Luis Gil, but I've seen people on social media like, oh no, I forgot about Luis Gil. But we've been kind of tracking him and where he's at right now. We follow him on social media. The fact that he's on a mound and we could see Luis Gil next year, that's a starter. Hey, listen, why not put him in that Herman situation? And if he could maintain his health, that would be dope. Oh yes. Orlando Sadier Jr. Thank you for mentioning him. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but Yamamoto is another guy from, I think he's from Japan, pitcher, who the Yankees been scouting as well. So let's see, man. Let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening with that. The other
season talk already, Jesus.
I mean, no, we have to talk about future now because that's just what it is.
Is what it is.
And the future's up here. A good amount of the future's up here. I think 3 of our top 10 prospects are up here right now, which is great because Peraza is no longer considered a prospect. But 3 of our top 10 prospects are up here. The Yankees up to top 10 prospects, and we'll see what happens with Spencer Jones. And you know what's funny? Jimmy was like, I was talking to Jimmy. He was like, "Oh, yeah, Spencer Jones. I mean, if Jason Dominguez works out, let's trade him." And I was like, "He's a lefty." He's like, "Oh, he's a lefty." And the conversation changed. He's like, "He's a lefty." He's like, "Yeah, he's a lefty hitting outfielder." He's like, "Well, I don't think we could trade him."
Bro, I heard the sound of Spencer Jones' bat is different, man.
Do you guys want to know Spencer Jones is doing well. He had a much better last year, but it was only 25 games. He has 14 homers this season. He's batting .261. Where's his OPS? 772 OPS. I feel like he needs more development, and I feel like a lot of people think that he'll eventually grow into his power. Right now he's projected for 2025, but the first round pick is pretty tall. I mean, he's 6'6".
Yeah, he's right there with Judge.
He's 6'6". He's an outfielder. They've been working him out a lot in left field. And
he's the guy, man.
Yeah, so
he's the guy. He's definitely in. And I'm gonna say this real quick. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Like I said, Yankees been scouting this guy. This is as of August 23rd.
Yeah.
Yamamoto is considered by scouts to be a full grade on the scouting scale of 2080 above Kodai Senga, including having much better command than Senga. Yamamoto has a 1.79 ERA in his career compared to Senga's 3.30. He is a different level of pitcher. And that's the guy right now. So I mean, let's see what's going on. Another guy that the Yankees are looking at, Munetaka Murakami. He's a third baseman, I think, or first baseman.
He had a down year. He had a down year this year.
Year, but he hit the shit out of the ball recently that I seen, man. I think last year he was MVP. But I know he hit over 50 homers. But he's another guy, with third and first maybe being spots that the Yankees want to look at in the next year or two. Let's see what happens. If you want to continue with the youth movement, Murakami is 23 right now. Murakami, he's 23, so he'll be about 24, 25 when he could come to the States. So
you got to supplement. Some people. So we'll see what's up.
Yeah, man, there's out there. In the next. Jared said, "Wait, who now?" The pitcher is Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah, and
he's from the Nippon Professionals in Japan, and then Murakami, he's an infielder. Munetaka Murakami.
Cosmo said, "Sign Bader to play left field." No.
I'm about to put you on timeout, man.
Don't do that. I'm away. I'm done with Bader, bro. I'm happy he was a Yankee. I'm happy he's from the Bronx. I'm happy he from around the area. I get all that shit. No. Okay? No. I'm fine. Bader is good energy. I get it. But he gets hurt too much. And not only does he get hurt too much, but he also is a right-handed hitter. I'm done with righties, bro. I think I've gone to the point where it's like I'm like kind of like traumatized by too many righties. I need more lefties in my life. So Giancarlo's here unless the Yankees decide to just straight up cut him, which would be wild. I don't know. I don't foresee that happening. But the Yankees got to put some lefties around those two guys, in terms of Giancarlo and Judge. But maybe this is an off-season conversation. But we'll go back and we'll revisit the 2018 year, and that's where things kind of change for the Yanks, man. Like
I'm telling you, it was the luxury tax. Like it's.
Well, Giancarlo came back also, and just the lineup became very righty heavy, and
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm never gonna forgive Cashman. Like, and we always used to say Cashman we trust. That shit is gone, but. I'm never gonna forgive them. I'm never gonna forgive Hal for not even talking to Bryce Harper, yo. And it's something that's always gonna bother me. Like I haven't been able to shake it because we've been talking about Bryce Harper for how many years, Joe?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, he's a free agent. He's under 30 years old, I think, at that time. And it's like, yo, bro, like, he's literally the guy you kind of built this stadium for. You know what I mean? So, and it's. He got to get out of here, man.
Yeah,
Cashman got to go. If you're gonna keep Boone, Cashman got to go. But if Cashman goes, Boone goes too, because that was a Cashman hire.
Chris, I'm telling you right now, he's going nowhere.
I know he's not, man. I just want to say it. I want to put it out there in the world.
Yeah,
fucking asshole. You didn't even talk to him, B. Send him a text. Yo, Bryce, was good, B. God damn, B.
Weird stuff.
Weird. And then you completely take all this freaking energy that it built up in 2017 because you want to be under the luxury tax. You get in Stanton, I get it. MVP. Amazing. You already had it, Stanton in the team. And you couldn't wait one more year. And it's like you and this is why I hear about the conversation about, oh yeah, he's gonna come back. Bro, since 2018. It's been shit, and they want to make it like, oh nah, it's because they've been having a winning record for forever and 30 years, and this is the first time they could finish under 500, and it's like, oh nah, yeah, all the bullshit is happening this year. Let's forget about everything that happened prior to. It's all the bullshit. No, this is all happening now because of everything that's been that went down since 2018. That's why we're in this position. That's why we're calling out all these guys and try to save face and get people's asses in the seats because you fucked up. And look how long it took you to admit it when all the fans been saying this shit. And this is what pissed me off. You looking at me like I'm stupid. We're not stupid, B. We've been watching this shit since we were kids. We've been watching baseball, following baseball forever. Our family are Yankee fans. We watch this shit. We grew up in this shit. We know what it is. And it's like you try to play as a stupid. And now look at you. I hope you get fucking fired. I don't like calling for people's names, but it's like, oh nah, man, he's no Gio's no Donaldson, motherfucker.
He's not getting fired.
So my day, you heard?
He's not getting fired.
I know he's not getting fired, but don't play as a stupid, yo.
He's
be honest, it's good to kill him, but he's also the same guy that gave that entire year's international signing bonus money to Jason Dominguez and said, I want to sign him.
It's the same guy.
So I'll be honest with you, like, you can kill him for some stuff. You got to give him credit for some.
I'll give him the credit.
There's a lot of stuff to give him credit. He also drafted Judge. He drafted Judge.
He drafted Judge, but this is the same conversation. Like, well, we finished over 500. Well, we went to the division series. Well, we went to the ALCS. We made it. We made it to the playoffs.
You're right, but
it's the same conversation.
Again, Chris, we don't know. There's a lot of so I've been finding out some stuff, right? Where there's a lot more that goes into the inner workings than just, hey, Cashman is the one that makes the decision. It's not Cashman that decided not to want to have Bryce Harper. It was Hal. It's not Cashman that didn't sell at the deadline. We found out it was Hal that ended up not selling at the deadline when Cashman wanted to. I get it. But sometimes there's other things that are also.
Yo, the chat is saying that you're on the Yankees payroll, Joe.
It's not the chat. It's just Lewis. He's always saying that. But there's two sides to the coin, you know? Listen.
There are two sides to the coin.
Going after Giancarlo, knowing Gleyber's your top prospect, knowing Judge is going to get older, and you have Gary, who's a righty, and you had so many righties, and you go in and you trade for another righty, that's a problem for me. You meeting with Machado, who's a righty, who I love, I wish you signed, and you not meeting with Harper, who was a lefty, that's a problem for me, right? The Yankees had a crazy disrespect to left-handed hitters because they felt that they can let me just get mid-lefties that'll come to New York, and then anybody could just hit the short porch a couple of times, and they'll be Matt Carpenter. They'll be, like, I don't know, fucking Granderson. I don't know. Like, we can get basically what I'm saying is that they feel like we can get any lefty, we can sign them, and they'll go up and they'll hit. McKinney, Bowers, whoever the hell. Like,
now Granderson hit 40 on
I know, but he didn't. He never hit that before with anybody else. He only did it with the Yankees.
2 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. So they probably feel like, yo, we could just take any old lefties.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
like any lefty, and they'll hit crazy because it's Yankee Stadium.
Right. And I think that the Yankees, because the juice ball, they felt 2019, 2018, the juice ball, all of that stuff, that got them all going crazy. We don't need to spend money on crazy lefties because we could just get mid-lefties if Gardner's hitting 25 homers. Remember, Gardner hit 25 homers in a season? That's the juice ball.
He did, yo.
So that happened. The Yankees built their team like that, and it was so rigid. When you get into the playoffs, the Yankees' freaking roster was all righty, and you have McCullers throwing nothing but 29 straight curveballs to retire the entire game. That's crazy.
That's insane, dude.
So Yankees got too much in there. Now they have this other analytical team coming in. They're going to make the changes. Let's see what the changes are that they're going to make. For now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the season. And
that's what I'm going to do. That's what I want.
And I'm going to look at the kids, and I'm going to get hype, and I'm going to, I don't want to hear nobody saying, oh, you don't get hype. They're not going to make the playoffs anyway. I don't give a shit. This is my playoffs, bro. I got a month-long playoffs because I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys do not enjoy baseball right now in September with these kids, the off season is a long, long time. When October comes around and you have no baseball to watch, when November comes around and you're wishing, X amount of days of spring training, when you have December and you have January and February and finally pitchers and catchers report, that's a long time until you can watch baseball again. And March, April is when it starts meaning something. That's a long time before baseball actually means something, guys. So enjoy it right now. You're here. Take positives. Go into the next year. And don't let anyone make you feel guilty for cheering your Yankees this season. And I have nothing else to say on this podcast because I feel like we spoke a lot about a lot of different subjects and good conversation. Some good stuff. Chris, you're muted. Okay. All right.
I think we definitely spoke. I said what we had to say here, but I do want to talk. Have your fun. Don't let social media dictate. What you what is fun for you. Enjoy the season. Enjoy watching the prospects do their thing. This is Jason Dominguez. This is the guy we've been freaking watching and hearing about for years. And if somebody's gonna be mad because you want to enjoy Jason Dominguez and look at Wells' mustache, fuck him. You know what I mean? Enjoy it. How many games left, Joe? Like less than 20 games left? 20 something, like give it take. You know what I mean? So enjoy that shit and have a good time, man. And R.I.P. Bray Wyatt, baby.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys click a like on the video. It does help. 100% helps. Make sure you guys subscribe as well.
Share it too, man. Share it with your friends.
Oh, yeah. Share it with your friends. Have people listen to it.
Like, clip anything that made you laugh, post it on social media. Tag us. We'll tag you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you guys hop on, follow us on socials. I'll be uploading a lot more videos, Yankees videos up here. So good stuff, man. We're in September. The winds of winter are coming around the corner, guys.
Winds of winter.
Yes. Guys, like I always say, make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on. Oh, and say pinstripe strong. Let's go, Yankees!